Bill Gates is an American entrepreneur and software engineer that built one of the largest companies in the world, Microsoft. William Henry Gates III was born in Seattle, Washington in 1955. His father was a lawyer and his mother worked at First Interstate Bank. He was the second of three. Bill Gates was bullied as a kid but was an avid reader. He attended the private school Lakeside Prep School and wrote his first software when he was just 13. A local computers company made it possible for students to spend a bit of time on these instruments. He, along with his friend Paul Allen and others, wrote the code to play tic.tac.toe against the computer. Plus, he and Paul Allen made $20,000 by selling a software they made called Traf-O-Data that calculated traffic flow in Seattle. He graduated from Lakeside in 1973 and he enrolled into Harvard. He joined law school, but he attended only mathematics and computing classes, where he met Steve Ballmer, that will later join him at Microsoft, and that I later cover, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. He dropped out of Harvard in 1975 to work on his venture, Microsoft, because after the release of the MITS Altair, he understood that he could have a great opportunity by starting a software company. The Altair was produced by a small company in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Paul Allen convinced the head of the company that they were the ones that would create the software to make the Altair work. They worked day and night for 2 months, and when Paul Allen went back to New Mexico, it worked perfectly. So Bill Gates and Paul Allen moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico in order to continue the work on the Altair and started Microsoft. He had a hard time with Ed Roberts, the CEO of Altair, but he got to keep the software he wrote. He moved Microsoft back to Seattle. Operations expanded and Bill Gates went from having hands-on in the code writing process to a more managerial role. He later received requests from IBM, the largest personal computer producer at that time, which was looking for software to run its personal computers. Bill Gates pushed them towards the 86 DOS. Microsoft received a one-time $50,000 check, but since then it started gaining the worldwide notoriety that would later make it the amazing company it is today. Because the DOS system became a standard for the industry, all the competitors started to go to Microsoft, which sold them the MS-DOS system. In 1981, Microsoft had a restructuring and Gates became CEO, president, and chairman of the board. Allen later left the company after he was diagnosed with a lymphoma. In 1985, Microsoft started selling Windows, its first commercial software, and later developed the OS/2 for IBM. In 1986, Microsoft went public on the New York Stock Exchange. Microsoft continued to grow, but in the 90s there was a bit of a hard time because Microsoft faced numerous antitrust charges. But it's always good to remember that in the same time they launched Office with the features that we all know, like Word and Excel. In 2000, Bill Gates stepped back from the role of CEO and left it to Steve Ballmer. In the early 2000s, Microsoft released the Xbox, and in 2008 they released Azure, which is the cloud computing services rival of Amazon AWS. I'll soon cover Jeff Bezos as well. Bill Gates lately left the board at Microsoft. Bill Gates' capital now is more diversified. He sold big stakes from Microsoft and invested his money through his private hedge fund, Cascade Capital. He's also been a member of the board at Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company. Gates has been taking part in the Catholic Church where Melinda, his wife, takes part. Bill Gates has also been very philanthropic by starting the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In the 2000s, he donated $5 billion worth of Microsoft stock to his foundation. He donated $20 million to the Carnegie Mellon University for a new building. As of 2007, they donated $27 billion. Of course, he signed the Giving Pledge along with Warren Buffett. He later donated to the MIT and Stanford for new buildings as well. The foundation also invested into sanitation solutions, and in 2014, Gates famously drank water coming from sewage and processed at the Jimmy Fallon show in order to prove the technology. The foundation also invested into Dementia Discovery Fund, a company doing research to find cure for Alzheimer. He also took part at charitable tennis matches with Roger Federer and John Isner. He also published 2 books. I'll leave them in the description as well. This is it for today. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet and like the video because it's very important since we just started out. If you want to support us, you can do it either through PayPal or by doing your regular shopping on Amazon after clicking one of the links down below. I wish you all a good day and see you the next time.